Hi, this is Mark from allaboutthehouse.com, and today I want to talk a little bit more about this dining room project, which has been underway for several months now. And I want to focus on essentially the choice that I made to use wallpaper within the shadow boxes that you see here on the wall. And let's come right back to the beginning. There have been a couple of videos that I made on this project, which has been going on, I'm sad to say, for a long time now, probably 5 or 6 months. But initially, when I was doing the design portion of the project, trying to figure out what I liked, I came upon this photo and I loved it. This is the inspiration for me for this room, so I'm trying to emulate this. If I look at this picture here, the author, or I shouldn't say the author, but the person who made this room almost surely did a faux finish, the reddish color, if you will, inside of the wall frames, the shadow boxes. So a custom artistic like paint job. When I came to consider how I was going to complete the interiors here, I realized that there were two choices. I could do a faux finish like they did, or I could try to find some wallpaper. Now, when it comes right down to it, doing a faux finish is on my life list of conquests. I haven't done one yet. I tend to be a little bit less artistic than some folks, so I was a little concerned with taking that leap in a room that I've already spent so much effort on. So I'm going to one day do a faux finish. It's just a little bit outside of my major strength area right now. So I opted to go for wallpaper, and that's the bottom line. You can see some of the wall frames are currently wallpapered, some are not yet. But if we focus on the wallpaper for a moment, just a few things, a few points. I'm not going to describe how to do wallpapering in this video, but a few tips, if you will, for a project like this. I went with a vinyl wallpaper. And when you go to a wallpaper store, they have a lot of books. It's very hard, in my opinion, to choose what you want for your room in a wallpaper store. But you can take the books home. They'll usually let you sign them out. You bring them to your house, you hold them up against your walls. I used vinyl as opposed to paper because fundamentally it's a little bit more strength, you have a little bit more success with it. It's a little bit more expensive, but wallpapering is a tricky endeavor if you haven't done it before, and you really want to have more flexibility. When it comes to wallpapering, the seams are always the biggest, or one of the biggest concerns, and there is a seam right here. Not only do you need to get those seams done just so, but when you're selecting your wallpaper, one thing that's very important, you really, if you can, want to choose what's called a random pattern match wallpaper. And what that basically means is that this piece here on the right, I can align with this skinnier piece here on the left in any random orientation, and it'll look great. So when you're looking for your wallpaper, you want the color that you want the vinyl, ideally. You would love to have a random pattern match. It just absolves you of some complexity as you're going through and doing the construction. Now, unfortunately for me, I couldn't find a random pattern match. And if you look at this pattern, not only do I have the seams aligned, but I literally had to go through and align the pattern as well. And it's a very ambiguous, complicated pattern. It's not like half of a flower on the left and half of a flower on the right. Now, just to kind of close this out, let's talk a little bit about the other option. And that's basically painting inside the wall frames. And again, for the room, I'm just going to walk a little through the house here. For the room that we're leaving right now, I would have needed a complex faux finish to achieve my inspired photo from that book. You can see out here in the entranceway, I've done some other wall frames. And there's, on the website, there's actually another article that talks specifically about these. These are a little bit simpler in the finish work, right? There are 3 coats of white semi-gloss paint on these. So the carpentry is identical. And in some cases, the carpentry here is even a little bit more complex. Like if we go up the stairs. The carpentry up the stairs for that diamond, and if you can see to the right, those angle cuts are much more complicated than the rectangles in the other room. But here we just have a simple 3 coats of white semi-gloss paint. Looks beautiful. Doesn't have the aesthetic pop of what you see in the dining room, but different rooms, different objectives. All right, so I will just point out one other thing completely indulgently here that I'm really proud of, and it's under construction. It's not finished yet. The house is a big mess right now because my daughter is doing her annual Christmas decorations, and here in New Jersey, we had this thing called Hurricane Sandy at the end of October. We completely lost Halloween. So my daughter has decided to combine the Halloween and the Christmas decorating in the house. And again, it's under construction. She gets very elaborate. I probably shouldn't be showing it before it's done, but there is our combined gruesome Christmas and Halloween decorations underway. So again, this is Mark from allaboutthehouse.com. Thanks for watching.